What's up, everybody? LFC in the 434. It's been a good long while since we've done a video. It's been a pretty busy time for us as a family, but we are trying to do a little bit better, start to make some videos and some content. So it's been about 24 hours since we drew 3-3 at Elland Road with Leeds, and a lot's come out since then in reference to the Mo Salah stuff. That's not something that I'm going to get into in this video. I think that it's best to wait until the press conference with Arna tomorrow for the midweek game in the Champions League, because so much more will have played out. Paul Joyce did put some stuff out today that only compounded things even more for Mo. But in reference to the game, it was pretty boring first half. And I remember sitting here watching it going, like, I'm okay with this. It's not the end of the world, because we've lost so many games recently. We've only won 2 games since September in the league. It's like 15 games in our last 33 or something like that. We've lost a bunch of games we're not accustomed to losing. And so when you do lose games, if you can't win games, then maybe you should be hard to beat. And so I think we took that approach. It's not the worst approach. It's certainly not the funnest to watch as far as the football goes, but it's a hell of a lot better than getting beat, giving up a goal really early on. And so I think we kind of took that approach early on. We weren't really attacking, but we didn't give up a lot either. There were a couple moments in the first half. Jones hits that ball off the post. There were a few other moments, but for the most part, it was pretty stagnant football. But again, we don't give up a goal early on. Second half, we come out and we look great. We look like a team that goes into halftime, gets a halftime talk, the tactics get changed up, and we actually come out and we implement them. Very, very stark contrast to what we've done, where we come out and we give up a goal immediately, or we stay flat. We came out, they force a bad pass, and Ekitike slots it home. Great finish. And then you start to get a little momentum. 2 minutes later, we force a counterattack, lose the ball, press, win it right back. Great ball into the box by Bradley. Ekitike puts it in the goal. It's 2-0, and we think it's game over. I even was arrogant enough to open up a beer and try to enjoy that, which I almost never do. But you're feeling good. And then, we take our foot off of the pedal a little bit. In hindsight, it's certainly the wrong thing to do, while we're attacking, while we haven't pinned in, keep on doing that. But at the same time, you should be able to go to Elland Road against a newly promoted team in Leeds and hold them off. They don't really ever have any momentum after our second goal until Konate gives them one. We watched the game live and just thought, what the heck is he doing? Why would you slide from there? Ganato's going out of bounds. It's just a terrible, terrible play. Soft penalty, probably. But like I told Braylon yesterday, you deserve to be penalized for just being that dumb. Calvert-Lewin makes it. And then immediately all the momentum's gone and we cave. Whereas the last couple of years, we're momentum monsters. Now it's just like you feel it coming. And when that guy gets in and around the box, you knew it was going in. We do regroup. Amazing counter or an amazing tack by the team. A great dummy by McAllister, puts Soboslai through. He makes it. And you're like, all right, man, thank the Lord. We're going to get out of here with 3 points. Maybe we get some momentum going. And then we switch off again on a set piece. It's happened all year. I think I saw a thing yesterday where we are -8. We've scored 2 set pieces. I guess that one's a penalty at Burnley and the free kick from the Arsenal game, but nothing on corners, nothing on an indirect free kick or anything like that. When we have a corner, every single time you hold your breath. And in the end of the games, when someone attacks, it's almost as if you know it's going to go in. You know, corner gets put into the box, nobody's switched on at the back post, and then it's 3-3. It's brutal. It's bad. You just want to get some positives. I've seen some people say that's a point. You know, you got 5 points out of 9, but you know you played some tough teams. You know, we were not getting any points. It's 2 points dropped. You have to think that way at Liverpool Football Club after you just won the league with the $450 million that we just spent with the squad that we have. It's 2 points dropped on Wednesday. It's 2 points dropped yesterday. But there are some positives. You know, Ekekite looks good. We did sort of press a little bit more in the second half, and I think that's a really, really big thing for us is we have to figure out some way to getting back to pressing teams higher up the field. This thing of just being a soft touch and playing deeper and allowing teams to play through us, your defensive line's already bad. Your midfield hasn't been good this year, and I really do believe it's because we just don't press, and we don't have the people to do so. You know, when you go to a true 9, you know, who sets up deeper up the pitch and just wants to be like an outlet or a target man like Isak has done, you're not going to press the way that he, you know, that the Bobby did, that Diaz did. You know, we're slower on the wings. It just doesn't seem to be working right now. You're going to need to get some speed back into the squad. And you're changing your style, I get that, but I still think that you have to press. And then lo and behold, we press really hard in the beginning of the second half, and we get 2 goals out of it. So I do see, you know, Bradley putting balls in the box. He looked pretty good yesterday. I thought Kirkes looked pretty good yesterday. I thought Jones looked good in the majority of the moments. So there are some positives, but it's just so hard to focus on them right now because you keep dropping points. And then again, you have this thing with Salah after the game, and we'll touch on that in another video. But yeah, that's the Leeds rundown. 3-3, leading 2-0 after 60 minutes. Get the lead back in the 80th minute or so, and give up another set piece at the very end of a game. Aaron Briggs is the set piece coach for Liverpool. This gentleman deserves to be charged with larceny because he is stealing money from our club right now because you never feel as though we're going to get anything from a corner, but you always feel as though a goal's coming when somebody else takes one. Throw a comment in the bottom, and then hit the like and subscribe button, and we appreciate your support. And again, we're going to start doing a lot more videos, so stay tuned.